In this video, I'm going to be sharing a proven secret to reaching your goals that helped me build a $10 million a year company, get in the best shape of my life, and much, much more. What is up, you amazing human? My name is Ben Hart. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a proven secret to reaching your goals, a technique that you can use to reach your goals much more easily. If you dig the content I'm about to share, want to see more in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. And if there's anybody out there in the world you think might benefit from hearing about this technique, a secret, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment. It'll help them find this video. All right, so let's dig into goals. So this way that we go about goal setting, so many of us often are like, I have a goal for my life. So I'm going to, I want to go there. I want that. It's a very clear destination and I'm going to work toward it. I want to have this amount of money, or I want this career, or I want that type of relationship, or I want to be, in that type of shape. We set the goal and we're like, I'm going to work there. 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 And it could be, months, it could be years, it could be, maybe it's just weeks, but for most of us it's months and years to reach these goals that we have for our life. And what happens as we do that, this distinction that I'm about to share comes to me, like it really helped me see it, was Scott Adams, who is a best-selling author, speaker. He is a creator of the Dilbert cartoon, which is one of the most, successful cartoon strips in the history of the world. And he was talking about how, when we set goals, what often happens is you have this destination you want to get to and you work toward it. So let's say I want to get in the best shape of my life and I have a very clear idea of what that might look like in terms of the amount of weight I can lift, or how, my weight in my body. And so I'm working toward it, and I go to the gym, and at the end of the day I'm like, I'm not at my goal yet. I might feel like, okay, yeah, great, I worked out today, but I'm not there yet. Next day, I'm not there yet. Next day, still not there. Still not there. It's so far away. I'm still not there. And at best, what will happen is I will live most of my experience getting to that goal in a place of like pre-success failure. Like I will feel like, I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there yet. And for many of us, that feeling of pre-success failure, which we're going to live in 99% of the time to get to our goal, will be too much of a burden. It'll be too hard to feel like, I'm not at my goal yet. I'm not there yet. It's still too hard. It's just too far, and we'll quit. So for many of us, like that feeling of not reaching our goal becomes harder and harder to stomach, and it causes us to stop. Causes us to fail, causes us to just let it go and be like, it's not important to me. For those of us who do stick with it, we live 99% of the time in this pre-success failure of, and then when we get there, it's like, yay, I reached my goal. Now what? And we want to set another goal. We want something new. We want in a different realm of life, or in the same realm. We're like, I want to go there now. And so the cycle starts all over again. And we then live 99% of the time, or whatever it is, even more probably, in this pre-success failure at best, if not just failure, because we're going to quit. And so in that distinction, it's just, I want you to just key into the cycle that so many of us get into around setting goals, where it doesn't feel good. It's not inspiring. It's just this feeling of like burden, of like, I have these goals I want, but I'm not there yet. Instead, what I'm offering to you here is choosing process over goals. Process over goals. And what that means is creating processes that move you in the directions you want to move. So it's not to say don't have ideas of where you want to go, but make it less about the destination, the goal itself, and more about, okay, the direction I'm wanting to move in, and how do I get there? What is the process I use to move in the direction I want, to create more happiness and fulfillment and freedom and love and whatever the case may be for you? Like, what are those realms of life? What are the directions you want to move in, and how do you get there? And create a process, because when you create a process, you get to win often. You get to work that process every day, every week, whatever the case may be, and feel great about it. Rather than living this place of I haven't reached my goal yet, you get to work the process and be like, I work that process. So let's take an example. Let's say I want to get in the best shape of my life. I could set the goal for, I want to lift this amount of weight. I want to have my body weight be this. Or I could say, I know that to get in great shape, I need to be eating a certain way. I need to be sleeping a certain way. I need to be exercising a certain way, stretching a certain way. And so instead of setting a goal for a very specific place to get to, it's about what is the process that I'm going to use in all those ways. Like, it could start very simply for you. Green smoothie and a little bit of stretching in the morning. It could be lifting weights. It could be yoga. It could be whatever the case may be. But create the process. If I create a process that works for me, I get to then work it today. And at the end of the day, if I did that process, I freaking won. Instead of living in this place of like, I'm not at my goal yet. This sucks. I want to get over there, and I have so many months to get there. It's like, I did the thing. I did it today. I did it. And it's moving me in the direction I want to go. And then the next day, work the process. Hell yeah, I did it again. That feels so good. I feel like I'm showing up for myself. I'm on top of it. Boom. And it gets to be this ongoing cycle of personal acknowledgement, of inspiration, of energy, of fulfillment, of achievement, of success. So another example of how you can, of how process might work, as I mentioned earlier, building a $10 million a year company. So I used to be the head of marketing and media at the Shift Network, which is a big transformational education company. We had about 2 million students and worked with people like Ram Dass and Deepak Chopra and Marianne Williamson and Don Miguel Ruiz and hundreds and hundreds of people in the personal growth, spirituality, health and wellness space. And when I took over as the head of marketing there, it was just me and a contracted writer. There were other teams and other people I worked with for sure, but the marketing team that I was working with was just me and this contract writer. And, I inherited a process. And so we came in and, Don Miguel Ruiz would come in and we'd work with him. We'd work our process together and we'd launch a program. And great. And then what I started to do, me and my team would start to do is evolve that process. All right, great. We have this process. We're working it. We have achievement and success every time we work that process. How can it get better? What's the thing we can do differently? What's the thing we can add to this? And it's this ongoing journey of working the process and evolving the process, working the process and optimizing it. What can work? What can expand? What can change? And so over a number of years, it went from just me and a contract writer to a team on the marketing team was like 17 or 20 people with, advertising department and graphic design and copywriting department and media studio and all these things, because we just kept working the process and evolving the process. And it can expand and expand and expand and expand. And, certainly we had desires of where we wanted to go with the business, and like you could call them goals, but it wasn't about trying to reach these goals. It was about how do we work this process as impeccably as possible, and how do we create the next best version. And that is the journey. That gets to be this ongoing feeling of success, of like, yeah, we did that, and it's getting better. We did that, and it's getting better. And my invitation to you is that can be possible in every area of your life. In your health, in your career, in your creativity, in your relationships, in your parenting, whatever the case may be. Create processes that move you in the directions you want to go, that you can win at every single day. And just work them and evolve them. They don't have to be perfect. It's just like, what are you clear about now? Make it simple. It doesn't have to be complex. Like, what for your health, what process could be in place that's something you can do every day or every week that would move you in that direction? So at the end of the day, you could be like, hell yeah, I worked that process and I feel so good. And I know I'm moving in the direction I want to go with my health. And okay, great. I'm going to reflect now after a month goes by. How could I up-level this? What's the new thing I could add? What's a way I could do this differently? And then work that process. And celebrate the hell out of yourself because you worked that process. And again and again and again. It gets to be this infinite game of doing what you know is yours to do, feeling the success of it, and letting that momentum carry you. So my friend, process over goals. May you have beautiful, supportive, just like uplifting processes in your life. That's my invitation to you. All right, my friend, my name is Ben Hart. If you dug this content, you want to hear more in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. And if there's anybody out there in the world you think might benefit from hearing about choosing process over goals, hit the like button, leave a comment. It'll help them find this video. All right, I wish you well in your journey of process again and again and again. May it feel great. May you enjoy the journey. May you have so much fun. All right. Lots of love, my friend. My name is Ben Hart. Till next time.